All righty. Welcome everybody to the 13th Annual Medical Aesthetics Bazaar. Our first live stream of this week. We're very excited to have you all joining us for this exciting live stream. We have lots of stuff in store for you this week. Today, right now, our topic is QWO, and our very Melanie, Reynolds, and Maloney are going to take it away here in just a few moments. But first, I want to mention our giveaway for this session. We are giving away 50% off a QWO Cellulite treatment. So if you'd like to be entered to win that awesome prize, go ahead and put your name in the comments and make sure you stick around to the very end to find out if you won. We're going to do a drawing live at the very end of the presentation today. You can also send us a quick email at empireinlaser.com if for some reason you're not able to comment wherever you're watching right now. If you're watching through Instagram, the best experience is going to be through Facebook Live, where you can really see all of the slides in full screen. But either way, thanks for joining us, and make sure you put your name in the comments as well so we can add you onto the drawing. And then certainly any questions that you have during the presentation, please put them in the comments. We want to make sure we address those today. This session is about you and answering your questions about this exciting treatment. So put it in the comments and we'll address those questions at the end. So without further ado, I'm going to switch this over to Melanie and Chelsea. All right, go ahead, ladies.
We want to let you watch this short little video so we all know what we're talking about today. But first, we really want to show you what the pricing is this week. This is probably the lowest it's going to be discounted ever, so we want to make sure you guys have an opportunity to, in this presentation, learn about it so you can know if you feel like this is a good treatment for you, as well as take advantage of the special pricing. To remind you how that works is you can call us any day this week and pay over the phone, or you can come to our event Thursday if you already have a ticket. We are sold out, and at the event be able to pay for the pricing. I will say too, at the event we'll have a private dressing room, so with our rep there or Chelsea or I, we can have you drop your drawers and take a look and let you know if what we're seeing is a good candidate and a good treatment for QWO. So what is QWO for?
Okay, so QWO is going to treat cellulite. Some little interesting facts about cellulite. First off, 90% of women have it. It's not necessarily fat, so a healthy diet and exercise are great for your overall well-being. However, it's not really going to reduce your cellulite by much.
And what are the things that contribute to cellulite? So one of them is the epidermis is thinning. That's something that happens as we have more mature birthdays. The fat cells enlarge. It's another thing that we see. Again, not related to diet or exercise. It's a natural age-related process. And these fibrous bands that are very thick pull the tissue down and create that dimpling. And the next slide, you can see a good depiction of what's happening with it. So the purple is the fibrous septae pulling the tissue down. The enlarging fat cells have to kind of redistribute, and because the skin is thin, it allows that skin to kind of bulge out, and that creates that solid dimple that we see related to cellulite. So how does QWO work?
So QWO, actually, the mechanism of action is going to be something called ESR. It's enzymatic subcision remodeling. Basically what that means is the QWO is causing an event which is breaking apart that fibrous band, and it's actually reorganizing those fat cells, leaving behind a smoother appearance.
And this is kind of a depiction of what's happening. In the picture on the left, you can see that purple fibrous septae band being broken apart by an enzyme. The fat lobules then sort of reorganize themselves and will create a smoother appearance. But you also have some neocollagenesis, which is new collagen built into the epidermis, which causes a little bit of a thickening of the skin in a positive way, back to where it used to be. And so you can really see how these three events are contributing to cellulite, but also being addressed with QWO. So
QWO is pretty exciting because it's the only FDA-approved treatment for cellulite.
And the enzyme that is used in QWO has actually been around for many years. We've used it in medicine for certain types of contractures in the hand. So it's really not a new medication. Somebody just got very smart and decided how to use it for cosmetic purposes. So when you come in for a treatment, then tell them about that.
Okay, so when you come in, it's just we'll start out by making some marks on your bum where we see the cellulite. We do have you lay down, and then the injections take as little as 10 minutes. They're pretty painless. It's just like using basically a Botox needle, and we'll inject the areas. The results do take about 10 weeks to see. It is 3 treatments, 21 days apart.
Yeah, so the injections are pretty easy. I mean, nobody really likes a needle in their skin. I say that all the time when I'm doing facial injections. It's the same true on the butt, but it doesn't hurt much. It's pretty easy treatment to receive. We do the treatments 3 weeks apart, and we do 3 treatments in total. So in that pricing that we showed you, 3 treatments are included. You're not paying that per treatment. But the biggest thing we want to talk about is the side effects. The treatment itself is fairly easy, but the side effects are worth noting. The biggest one is going to be bruising, but in addition to that, you
might have some like nodules or areas of hardness where we've injected. The area might be a little tender. You're like very aware of when you're sitting down. You might have some itching, redness. Sometimes the blood that's left behind can cause some staining of the skin, which is totally temporary and will go away. There might be swelling or warmth to the treated area.
Yeah, so you can see in these 2 pictures, these are patients we've treated. The bruising can be very severe, or it can be more mild to moderate. And our next slides kind of show you different depictions. Since bruising is the most visual side effect that you will see, it's important to show you what really is the most dramatic that could happen, which you would see in the last patient. But I also want to tell you that with subsequent treatments, the bruising is lessened, and so you typically won't experience bruising as severe as you do the first round. Not everybody experiences that severe of bruising that you see in the bottom row, but we've seen it, so it does exist. Makes it a little bit tender to sit. You wouldn't want to like plop down in a chair. You just have to be more conscious of taking things easy for about a week. But it does resolve. And then it's resolved by the 3rd week when we are ready to do our treatment again. And also to note that 2nd and then 3rd treatment are going to be less bruising, less tender, less downtime. We wanted to show you some pictures. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. Don't mind me.
So this first one, these are pictures that we received from our QWO rep. And the first one, you can see the white yoga pants. So maybe you're not super concerned about what your bottom looks like naked, but maybe you are if you see yourself in white yoga pants, or any yoga pants for that matter, any light color. You can see the first photo, there is some definitely dimpling there. And then after the treatment, it looks much better and smoother. And then those next ones, you can see there is a smoother appearance in that after. So not only is it treating your cellulite, but it is kind of smoothing the skin and remodeling the tissue there.
Yeah, with that neocollagenesis. And maybe in that bottom left photo, not every dimple or little line there is improved or gone, but it is significantly improved overall. When we're looking at things on the bum that make you a good or not good candidate for QWO, we have to really address the differences between cellulite, skin laxity, and any discoloration you might already have on there. So it's not treating skin laxity. That's something that we have to note, and I think that bottom left photo shows you the things that you see left behind really are probably more skin laxity than actual dimples. So if you know that you are experiencing both things, QWO will treat one of those things, but overall the appearance is still much better. And then these are some patients that we've treated in the office. So I wanted to show you bruising. That's a real patient in the middle column, and she resolved completely fine. You can see in her last photo that things are softer. Lighting is always difficult, so things are definitely softer and more improved. She does have some areas of skin laxity that you can still see, but she's very happy with her results. I think the top patient is absolutely pleased. It's been fun to see her be so excited about what she was seeing. And then that last photo, if we look at the dimple in the middle of the buttock on the right side, it's still there. It was a more significant dimple to begin with, but pretty much all of the other smaller ones are resolved, and it looks great.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, wish you did that, patient. Great job.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I think we've breezed through things. Hopefully we've answered a lot of your questions, but I'm sure there's things that you have on mind that we didn't answer. I'll leave it on this to reiterate what the pricing is. Again, $24.99 for a package of 3, and it does come with a free Zeo body emulsion, which is a really great, essentially a lotion, but that's doing things for your skin. It's got vitamin A in it, and it's going to help with skin texture more than just, your St. Ives products that you're buying from Rite Aid. So, any questions from anybody? Yes, okay, good.
How do you know you're a candidate for this treatment?
One way to determine the difference between cellulite versus skin laxity, and it's hard to do on yourself, but we're happy to help determine that for you with a consultation or again in the private dressing area at the event. But when you, and this is going to sound silly, but when you clench your butt cheeks together, those fiber septae pull in even tighter. So sometimes if we're looking at something and we're not quite sure if we're looking at a true dimple from cellulite or skin laxity, we will ask you to clench, and we always will anyways to kind of confirm. When you clench, we'll see the septae pull in, and we'll know that that is a cellulite dimple that can be treated. Did that answer that?
And also, if you wouldn't mind repeating the question, how long does the treatment last? The results, I'm guessing, is what the question is.
Yeah, so I'll let you answer this, I guess.
Yeah, so once those fibrous bands are broken apart, they'll stay broken apart. Mm-hmm. Over time, of course, you can develop new ones, but once we get rid of that dimple, it does stay gone. Mm-hmm. As we age and things progress, you might develop new areas of cellulite, unfortunately.
I would say, though, what they've been showing for as long as QWO's been available, I don't think people have been needing to come back for treatment. So we know that it can happen, but it's not something that you're going to need to repeat for at least several years. Like, there's always one-offs, but likely not need to repeat it for several years.
And does it treat the thighs?
So while technically will work for, say, on the thighs, it's not FDA approved for that area, and so we do not treat in that area, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
Have either of you tried the treatment, and what has your experience been?
Yeah. Both of us.
Both of us, yeah. I'll start out. I have tried it. I am really happy with my results. I started out with like mild to moderate cellulite, maybe had like 8 dimples that needed to be treated. Mm-hmm. And I really feel like it has definitely smoothed things out and even improved like the skin texture. Mm-hmm. I did feel like compression was the key to kind of reduce my bruising.
Oh, that's a really good point.
So I know we haven't talked about that yet, but that's something that the company does actually recommend. You can wear like compression bottoms like Spanx. I even went a step further and took like an ace bandage and kind of wrapped my booty in it because I really wanted to test it out. Mm-hmm. And it helped. It definitely decreased my bruising, so I was happy with it.
Yeah, I did use Spanx and use compression with my first treatment. And with my second treatment, I used none. And I feel like the bruising, though was lessened with the second treatment, it almost lasted longer. Do I know if that's related or not? I'm not sure. But bruising should be more severe with the first one, right? So it did help it to, I think, go away quicker. We have noticed with patients that wear compression, they have some less bruising that does resolve a little bit quicker. Bruising, or compression, I mean, kind of holds those blood vessels from bleeding into area. I do want to note too, why does bruising even happen, right? Because the treatment itself is not super traumatic. We're not taking a needle, just like really being aggressive. So the bruising is because the enzyme itself breaks open the blood vessels. And it's not, again, because of the needle that's doing it, the enzyme is breaking them open and causing that severe bruising. So compression to help hold those blood vessels closed is going to be really important.
And can you touch one more time on how many treatments, how many injections?
So the amount of injections, we are sort of limited, of course, to the amount in the vial. So at most, we can treat up to 24 dimples at one time. But we will mark out the dimples that we see. And if you have more than 24, we would start by treating the more significant ones, because at a subsequent visit, some of the smaller, lesser ones may be gone, and then we can add in ones that maybe we didn't catch the first time around, whereas those deeper, more significant dimples are going to require probably the full 3 treatments. If you have less than 26, we just mark what we can see. We mark what you have, but up to 26 or 24, excuse me.
Well,
And it's done in 3 sessions.
It's done in, oh yes, it's done in 3 sessions, 3 weeks apart, and then you would see your results about 3 weeks after that last treatment. You would see results along the way, but final results 3 weeks after the last treatment. And then,
oh, we just want to remind people, if you're interested, you want to try to win that half off, to put your name in the comments so we can choose a winner for that one.
absolutely. And it would be half off the regular price, but still going to be significantly discounted than our MAB pricing. Are there any other questions about QWO?
I don't think we have any more questions.
Okay.
So I am going to take over. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Melanie and Chelsea, for that very informative talk on QWO. I know we were all very excited to bring this treatment on into the office. Obviously, it's an area that a lot of people feel very self-conscious about, and so it's amazing that we have this awesome treatment available to be able to help provide some amazing results for our patients. So I will go ahead and draw the winner. So half off this treatment. It's a fabulous, fabulous price, better than MAB pricing. So, but even if you don't win, again, remember we have an amazing deal on QWO this year, probably best it's ever going to be. And obviously we have a lot of other exciting MAB specials going on. So if you haven't checked those out yet, EmpireEyeandLaser.com/events has all the information about MAB. So definitely check it out. Download our menu and figure out how you're going to make your purchases, whether you're calling us, whether you're going to go ahead and place an order online. These specials are only good this week, so do not miss out. Don't dilly-dally on getting your orders in. We want to make sure that you can take advantage of this offer. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to our winner wheel here. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what happens. Here we go. And Sherry Hansen. Sherry Hansen, congratulations. Congratulations, you are the winner of our way. So Sherry, make sure you send us an email, info@EmpireEyeandLaser.com. Send us your contact information so we can connect with you about getting you your product. Again, info@EmpireEyeandLaser.com. Thank you so much for everybody else who tuned in on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. We really appreciate you joining us. We hope this was an informative talk. Make sure you come back here in about 10 minutes or so. Dr. Shahal is going to talk about surgical versus non-surgical. So he's really going to dig into his expertise that he has on both ends of the spectrum and kind of talking about some of the common cosmetic concerns that people might have and how those may be addressed either surgically or non-surgically. So you definitely not going to want to miss that. And that session, we have a chance for you to win 30 units of disc board. So who does not want that? All right, again, so much everybody for tuning in, and we will see you again in about 10 minutes. Take care, everyone.